Hi, I'm Robin Scherzer, and welcome to Robin's Stampin' Hood. Hello Stampers, it's Robin with Robin's Stampin' Hood, and I decided I was going to make a real quick video. Well, we'll see how quick it is. I am actually doing these little boxes for a craft fair, and I'm going to give them away as a team member gift at my Christmas party coming up next week. So I want to show you real quick. This is my little Santa box. You can see this is the shiny black paper from the holiday catalog that was, meant for Halloween, but I decided it was going to be Santa's belt. And you open up the box and you have a ho, ho, ho. Come on, that is way cute, right? So I'm going to show you really quick how to make this. And these are little rochers, those Ferrero Rochers. I actually did another box with the other kind too, and I'll show you that when we finish. So just real quick, box bottom is cardstock is cut to 11 and a half. That's a half. 11 and a half by 5 and a half. And you're going to score all four sides at 1.5 inches. So after you have scored it, it should look like this. You can see you have an even score all the way around. So again, that's your box bottom. And then to do your box lid, you're gonna cut cardstock. This is where it gets a little trickier. You're gonna cut your cardstock at 4 1/16 by 10 1/16. And you're gonna score all four of your sides at the 3/4 inch. I know it's a little confusing there. So once you've done it, I know that 16th always throws everybody off, but you'll be fine. Trust me, it's the smallest marks on your trimmer. And if you don't have our trimmer, you need to get it. So there is what it should look like after you have scored it. You can see even scores all the way around. So that's your top to your box. And then your insert, where your little rochers are going to sit. Your cardstock is cut to 9 7/16 by 3 7/16, and you're going to score all four sides at a 1/2 inch. So your box then should look like, of course I have this already, like this. So you're going to have it all around like that. So go ahead, get all that set, and then your next thing we want to do on every single box is you are going to cut up at the score lines because we're going to create a box, right? So you're going to cut up the line just like that, go opposite, and you're going to cut up there. And sometimes when you make boxes, if you don't trim them down a little bit, they don't fit quite right. So what I need you to do on each of your 3 boxes or your 3 pieces, you're going to cut little notches out of them like this. And then when you put the box together, it'll be so much nicer and more professional looking. So again, you're going to do that. Let me show you the finished piece. We'll get rid of some of that. So your finished piece for your bottom box should look like this. So you see how I have a notch. You want the notch cut out of each side here on the ends. And I'm going to show you real quick how to make each, I'm not make each box, but I'm going to show you how to make the box bottom so you can see exactly how I do that. So I like the Tombow glue. I know some people don't, but I really do. So you want to put your Tombow glue right here on this, in this side. And I do one side at a time. Otherwise you will go crazy getting glue on everything, and you don't want to do that. So you just want to bring your end up to that, your end up to that. See, and my cuts aren't exactly perfect, but it'll be fine. So you just want to hold it just for a little bit there to get it to stick nice, right? And then you're going to do the same thing on this side as well. These are going to make such cute little gifts. These are great teacher gifts. These are great coworker gifts. These are great neighbor gifts. Super easy. It's just a little bit of cutting and scoring and assembling. So now there we have our bottom of our box. Beauteous, right? Okay. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of the tricky part. So that's how you would put together all 3 of your scored pieces that you did. Your bottom, your lid, and your insert. And you might be going, now wait a minute, what's the insert again? So I'm going to show you again. So the insert is just the inside of that. So you can kind of see it sitting, otherwise these would just be rolling out. So you want to have a little insert for them to sit in. So I'm going to show you how to make that insert, the inside of that insert. So again, you're going to go ahead and have it all scored like we talked about. And that's the scoring at the 1/2 inch. So you can see that all the way. And I've already gone ahead and done my little notches that I need. But now we're going to do the word. So you don't want to put this insert together until you're totally done. So don't do that. So the best thing that I found to do is, because you kind of want to even your little hose out. And I'm going to show you how to do your hose first too after we do this. But I just want to show you real briefly. So you're going to line up your H's. You want to try to get them as even as you can. You know, it's not rocket scientistry, is that a word? You just want to kind of make them as even as you can. No one but you is going to notice. So you're going to lay them out like that, glue them all on, and when you're done, it should look like this. Other though I didn't cut out my notches on this one yet. Let me see if I have another one. Yep, I do have another one here. Ooh, look at that, through the magic of television. There, ooh, had it upside down. So here are the ones with the notches cut out. It's all glued on, so you're good to go. So I'm going to show you really quick how to make these O's, because this letter is the letters that we sell. And now I'm blanking on what the name of these letters are, but I love them. They got rid of the numbers, but we still have the letters. So, but the O's are oval and won't work with what we're doing here. So I'm going to show you really quick how to make those O's. So I took a piece of gold foil, and you're going to take your 1 1/4 inch circle punch. Of course, this is an old whale tail. It works just as well. And of course, I always do everything upside down. So you're going to punch out circles, leaving enough room on the side, because what I'm going to come through then is with my 1 3/4 punch, and I'm going to even her up here and kind of create, see how I've just created like a frame, and you're going to punch that out and be careful because you take an eye out with it. So that's how I'm making the O. So what I found is just by doing a strip of, this is 12 by 12, so doing a strip of 12 by 12 or 12 by 2 1/4 was enough to give me, and I can cut out 6 circles out of this. So that's how you're doing that piece. So pretty easy. You just have to remember to punch the smaller one first and the bigger one afterwards. I'll do it one more time so you can see. So there's my 1 1/4 punch. I'm going to punch that out first, leaving enough side around each of the edges. And then you're going to take your 1 3/4 punch and create the little frame. Oops, you don't want to create a frame like that. You want to create the little O and punch her out. Look at that. And then you have a beautiful little O for hoe. So now you have it all glued on, right? We're good to go. But we have to get these punched out. So you're going to fold this under. So in this, that's important too, that you make sure your O's are a little high, you know, right in the middle. You don't want them touching, because for us to punch these out, we have to be able to slide this punch back in and punch out this O. So lump. And there you go. And there you go. So there you go. So you've cut those out. Now you can go ahead and assemble the insert. And you know, you're going to have a ton of these if you make a lot. Like I've made 20 of these boxes now. You're going to have a ton of these, and I don't know what to do with them. I know I should be able to do something. So if anybody has any ideas, leave me suggestions, because I have these and the squares. So you would go ahead and assemble your little box just like, or your little insert just like you did the box. We'll do that real quick so I can show you. And then we'll do the the top. So again, I'm just doing this flap with glue. I recommend, like I said, I love the glue. I know other people don't. If you don't use glue, definitely you want to use your sticky strip or fast fuse if you still have fast fuse, which I know some of that's still on our clearance rack. So, keep that in mind. You don't want this falling apart. For whoever you're giving this to, it's a moving project. They're not just going to probably put it on their mantle. They're going to show it to people, and they're going to be opening it and closing it. So you want to make sure it's going to hold together. Don't use glue sticks. Don't use your snail. Use something that is going to really keep it together. So this glue does that. And I know like some of you have ATG guns. Those work too. Just use something good. So let's make sure you can still see what I'm doing here. Okay, so there's my ho, ho, ho. And I have to say, I gave these away as pillow gifts to my last retreat. And I asked one of the girls what she thought. She was like, well, I loved it. And then I opened it up and I saw you called me a hoe. Oh, very funny. And Kendra, if you're watching this, you know that was you. So there, it slips in really nice into the bottom of the box. So now you have your insert. And you can see it's a little up off and that's perfect. So I actually went to Wally World and found different kinds of these little rochets, which I thought were so cute. So you have that one. And so now you have a little bit of variety to give to whoever you're going to give to. So now there's the base of our box. Beauteous. Okay, so we're going to make the top of the box real quick. So same premise here. You are going to cut your little notches. Now I cut this out of our square framelets, so you can kind of see where the indentation is. And then this is, like I said, the glossy black paper from our holiday mini that was meant for Halloween, but I really felt it was Santa's belt. So let's see, this is, I think, 1.5 inches by a little under 8.5 inches. I just wanted it to not quite go across, because sometimes then it overlaps. And again, I'm gonna just use, can you see me? We're gonna just use my glue to put this down. And then I would recommend putting this on. I know at the very beginning I said, oh, put all your boxes together. Don't. You can put all your bottom of your boxes together, but these other two pieces, of course, you want to put together after you've put on the things that need to go onto it. So we're going to put your little belt buckle here, and you're just going to kind of eyeball the middle. I know some of you are a little bit more anal than I am about putting things perfectly. So there you go. You have that there. And again, you want to do your one notch up, and then you're going to create your little notches. And you know what? I forgot to do this on one of my boxes that I made, and it really did make a big difference, because this piece was sticking up off the box, and it was a big pain to try to get it to be even. So definitely make sure you do this. Super easy, not a lot of work. So there you go. So there's your box. I'm not going to bore you with putting that together, but you would put it together again like I did the other ones. And then of course you have your gorgeous little box that you've just made, and you're going to give it to somebody and they're going to go, OMG, thank you so much. That's the most beautiful gift I've ever been given. There you go. Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching.